just came off of Lake Michigan and had a nice catch today, so we're going to take and get these fish cleaned up. We're going to start by using this 9-inch tapered Bubba blade flex. It's a really cool blade for these mid-size and smaller size fish. It's got a good flex to it. Really works really great for this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by cutting the whole side off the fish, off the carcass. So we're going to start behind the ear. I'll bring it down through. Then I like to get my blade to go forward a little bit and a little down pressure so that I can float the rib bones. As we go to the back of the fillet, I usually will leave it connected right there. That way we can flip it over and get it skinned. Now, we're using a 3-part process. First spot is where we knock the flanks right completely off the carcass. This spot here is where we're going to skin it. And then when we get to the third station, that's the only place that we're going to have the unslimed on meat. We don't want the meat sliding around in all this fish slime because it ends up having a foul taste to it. Most people don't realize that, but that's the case. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to take and get this fillet off the skin. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to get these scales off of this blade. Scales is the #1 reason why when you're cleaning your fish, you end up tearing the skin and the skin stays on your fillet. Most people wouldn't realize that, but that's exactly the cause. So if you just simply rinse the blade off, then you won't have any skin that gets stuck and left on your fillet. So we pick that up and we'll put it over here. Now there's a couple things we're going to do. I had a couple extra bones here, so we're going to have to do a little cleanup. First thing is we're going to take this tail off. The reason I select this spot is because the pin bone line runs right through here and it ends right there. So what we have right here is a boneless tail section. So now we're going to give it a quick cleanup, and we'll use the Bubba blade to go in here and peel those rib bones back. As you can see, it does a heck of a nice job of just peeling them right off. This thing is a great blade. Probably got the nicest handle I've ever seen on any knife. This makes it really easy to hold on to. You got a good spot to cue your thumb and your forefingers. So it really is an ergonomic and great knife to handle. So the next thing we're going to do, now that I've got the cleanup done on this little bone line, is we're going to go through and we're going to remove this loin section. First thing we're going to do is we can see this pin bone line. We're going to run the blade through the top part of the loin along the edge of the pin bone line. Couple nice tickles with the radius of the blade along that pin bone line, and this thing will roll right off there just like that. Now we've got ourselves a really nice boneless, skinless loin fillet. So now the second cut will be just below the pin bone line, very gently, and I just run it right through the table. And that right there is our line of pin bones. What we're left with now is we've got a nice tail, a nice loin, and a full flank. All boneless, all skinless. And they're all ready to go.